Good afternoon, CrossFit humanity. Hello, Coach Stephanie here. Cardio core for your day today. We got five 5-minute AMRAPs with a 1-minute rest between. So the goal today's workout, very similar structure in terms of the core that's after, but the goal of today's workout, one, to give you some time to rest so that we can keep the intensity up just a little bit. And then at the end, the core, like I said, will be very similar to what you saw on Tuesday. So you'll have 30 minutes, a 2-minute rest, and then right into the core. So let's look at what we're getting into today. So I'm going to explain the whole workout all the way down to the core. We will show the movements, and then we'll talk about the warm-up and then go from there. So that if you're watching at home and just want to do this on your own, it's a pretty easy transition. So 5 rounds, resting 1 minute between each round. 5-minute AMRAP. You've got 30 high knees, 15 kettlebell swing to goblet squat, and I'll show you that little complex. 10 sprawls over the kettlebell or dumbbell. And then 5 kettlebell half kneeling get-ups on each side. So there's a lot in here. There's a lot. There's some core, there's some legs, there's definitely heavy breathing. So all the same things we normally get. After we go through 5 rounds of this, you rest for 2 minutes. Then we hit this little 3-rounder of some core. 25 seconds each to hold. 25 seconds side plank, that's on the forearms on one side, and then you'll do 5 reaches on that side. You'll switch to the other side, do 25-second forearm plank hold. 5 reaches, and then 25-second hollow hold. Tuck hold is also an option. After this hollow, you can rest as you need to before going into round 2 and then into round 3. The goal here today on these AMRAPs is to keep moving, as always, but we're going to just start at the top every time. Okay? And I'm hoping that we can get through at least 1 round per 5 minutes. If not, this is a good amount of work. If you just want to kind of take it easy today, good amount of work to just do in the 5 minutes, enjoy, and then hit it at the next, or the top of the next interval. So let's go over the movements real quick, and then we'll talk about the warm-up. Okay. Hey, you guys can't see? All right. So the high knees, okay, exactly what it sounds like. We've done these before. I like to put my arms out in front as that target. Okay, so we're going to go high knees here. Okay. The kettlebell swing to goblet squat. You're going to have to make sure that the kettlebell that you have isn't so heavy that you can't kind of move it around and adjust it as we go from the swing to squat. Okay. So I'm going to do a regular swing. Then I'm going to try to catch either the outer edges of the handle, or if you want to catch the butt of the kettlebell, that's also something you can do as well. And then we squat and stand, okay? And then it's swing, squat, stand, okay? And I will say that, after a couple reps, you'll get the hang of moving the kettlebell from the swing position into the goblet position. Sprawl over the kettlebell. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like, but it's not a burpee, which is exciting. So we go hands down, feet back, feet forward, jump, okay? You don't necessarily have to jump that high, but we're just jumping over the kettlebell. Let's see that again. So there's no push up in this sprawl, and then a jump. Okay? And then lastly, for the AMRAP, we've got kettlebell half kneeling get-ups. Okay? So you're going to start in the kneeling position. And we're going to bring the kettlebell into our front rack position, and you're going to step and stand, and then back the way you came. And I'd like you to do all 5 on the one side before switching to the other. Okay. We're just going to do another on the other side just to even it out. Let's go warm up. Okay. All right. So those are your 4 movements for the AMRAPs. For the core, forearm plank. Okay. So goal is to find the weight somewhere between middle of forearms to back to the elbow, with your shoulders stacked on top of that elbow, so that we create a really stable, solid position here. I'm lifting my bottom hip up to support the top hip. You'll hold 25 seconds here, And then for your reaches, you're going to take that top shoulder and try to turn it down towards the floor and then bring it back up. You'll do that 5 times. You'll switch, do the same thing, hold for 20 seconds, 5 reaches, and then you got your hollow hold. Okay. This is one of those movements that we're going to see a lot because it's so good. We're going to extend the legs, extend the arms, and we'll hold. Goal is to get as long through this position as you can while pushing your belly button down. If after all of this and the side planks, your core starts to fatigue and your lower back starts to kind of puff off of the floor, then we can bend the knees just as much as you need to push that belly button down so that that lower back can feel good and then you can get in good position. Okay. So those 3 rounds of core piece, the 3-rounder, that is for quality. So take the time as you need. Today in this video, I'm going to do the warm-up. I'm going to do the 5-rounder, but we're going to skip the core so that you guys can go home and decide how long you want to rest, if you need more rest than the 2 minutes. So yeah, let's talk warm-up. So nothing we haven't seen before. 5-minute AMRAP like we always do. So 10 good mornings. This is for our kettlebell swing. The sprawl, we need a little bit of hamstring flexibility. We have 10 good mornings, 10 squats. Obviously, we've got the squat in here, so we got a squat. 10 jumps over the kettlebell. So that's just literally like more of a lateral jump. I want you to land lightly, feel your feet, make sure everything feels good as you jump. And then 5 single leg RDL. So getting into a position where we are somewhere more like here. So we're down and up, just like we normally would for an RDL. Okay, so those of you with me live, I've got a 26-pound kettlebell. Now, if I wasn't doing the kettlebell swing to goblet squats, like kind of sequence and just swinging, I'd probably use a 35. For today, though, because of that little complex, I've gone a little bit lighter. So that may help you decide what you want to use. You can do all of this with a dumbbell. Just hold the head of the dumbbell and just switch your hands. You can also hold both heads of the dumbbell and kind of swing this way and then bring it up. So kind of think more like a clean. Okay? So we get that hip extension and then the drop. Okay. All right. So if there are no questions from those of you online with me now, I'm going to get the clock set up. We're going to start this warm up. And I'm also going to make sure that this you can see. Cool. Okay. So let's see. And it's still kind of cloudy out, but as I started like those 2 reps of the goblets or kettlebells made a goblet squat, and I got warm. So that's good. Okay. So 5-minute AMRAP. Cool. All right. So 5 minutes. First part. This is for movement, for mobility, to make sure that as we start warming up, that we're not overlooking things that may not feel as good today. So yeah, let's do it. And if you have any questions, leave it in the chat and I'll be there with you. Okay, 10-second countdown. Starting with 10 good mornings. 3, 2, 1, and go. So I want you to fold until you feel that point of stretch. Squeeze your butt and then stand. Okay. And if on the squats, you need a little extra just moment to stretch, totally do that. Okay. It happened to be that, I guess it was 4 hours ago that I did the yoga practice. We did a bunch of foam rolling, and so my body feels pretty good. But that's because I did 45 minutes of mobility. So you might need a little extra time, and that's okay. 10. All right, jump off the kettlebell. And so the jump over the kettlebell or whatever object you have, any way you want, as long, I just want you to land lightly. I want you to feel how high you need to jump to make sure you've got good clearance. Oh, that was 10. All right. And I just kept going. And then 5 RDLs. We're trying to keep our hips pointed in the same direction so that as you bow, your hips are pointing down and not open and to, say, the right or the left. Soft bend in that standing knee. Uh-oh. I don't know why bees like to land on the floor here. Whoop. Okay, whoa. And when we're squatting here, even though we're just kind of warming up, really think about having that weight in front of you. You're going to want to keep that chest up. You're going to want to sit back as you squat. So start getting into that now. It's much easier when you're in the workout. Yeah, halfway. Okay. Okay. And really, if you don't have something to jump over or the thing that you have to jump over isn't high enough, just jump higher. That works. We're just looking for a little bit of elevation. So however you can make that happen is good. Ooh. All right, we've got 1 more minute. 60 seconds. Coming up on about 30 more seconds. $10, 20 seconds. I talked to my cat, sorry. 3, 2, 1, time. Great effort on your warm-up, everybody. All right. Okay, clock is set now for part 1. Big part, the only part. Okay, so let's take a couple minutes just to warm up the individual movements. We are not going to do the core. We're just going to do the 4 that we see for the AMRAPs. So we're going to do 10 total high knees. Really, it's about getting those knees up because we want to use those hip flexors to get those knees up, okay? So really emphasize high knee, which is exactly what it says. So arms out, 10 total, 5 on each side. Okay, that was actually not too bad. 10 is not too bad. Kettlebell swing to goblet squat. Okay, before we put the complex together, 10 kettlebell swings, 5 goblet squats, okay? So good back position. So squeeze those shoulder blades, proud chest, front ribs down. Push your butt back, grab that kettlebell, and then squeeze. You got 10. Sit in those heels, push the butt back every time. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then goblet squat. So figure out how you'd like to hold the kettlebell. If you like the handles, you're most likely going to have to hold it with the butt up. So let's practice that. So elbows in, hips back and down, 5 squats. 2, 3, 5. Okay, cool. Sprawl to jump over the kettlebell. We're going to do, let's just do 2 because we have some coming up already. All right, so remember the sprawl is the burpee without the push-up. Hands down, feet back, feet forward, jump. And we've got 2. All right, and then last one, we're going to do 2 each side of those kettlebell half kneeling get-ups. Okay. All right, so we're going to go 2 on the right and then 2 on the left. The reason we're not alternating is that I think in terms of confusion for the brain, if we can just focus our energy on the same repetitive 5-rep movement before we switch to the other, it might make it feel like you have more control of the movements here. Okay. Hold that kettlebell close to your chest, elbows in. So we're step right, stand, step back with the left, and kneel. Right, stand, left, kneel. Left side, left, stand, left, kneel, left, stand, left, kneel. Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm already feeling like this is going to be a tough one. These kettlebell get-ups, you got to really hold your core. Your legs are going to get a little tired. But we can do it. All right. So, we've got that. Cool. If at any point you need to adjust the reps, because if you want to get through the whole round or into the next round, what I recommend is taking down the kettlebell swing and the sprawl. So going high knees the same, doing 10 kettlebell squat to goblet or kettlebell swing to goblet, 5 sprawl over kettlebell, and keep 5 of the kneeling get-ups without any weight. That will help. Or just play around. You guys get to decide, okay? All right. I think I'm ready. This is going to be a burner. All right, let's do this. All right, we got a 10-second countdown coming up on the clock. And, oh, you guys can see this. Good. Okay. I'm going to try to make it so you can see it. I will let you know when we're getting close. Move well. Move with a little bit of pickup in your step. And we'll just see what happens at the end. All right, here we go. Whew, 10 seconds. Get those knees up real high on this first set. You're totally fresh, so there's no excuse. 1 and go. So on a kettlebell swing, you're going to swing, you're going to grab the kettlebell, and then we'll squat. And then re-grab, swing, and squat. Yeah. Ooh, grip. glutes. All right, we're coming up on halfway. Really try to keep that chest upright the whole time. All right, 90 seconds. About a minute to go. Whew. 18 seconds. Seven seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, 1 minute of rest. You start back at the top of the round from wherever you are. All right, 25 seconds. All right, here we go. In 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Kettlebell. The core here is going to be really important for the swing, especially, you're going to swing, you're going to find a little bit of weightlessness, and as you grab, you're going to have to contract to be able to support the weight as you squat. So don't forget about that core. yourself in the face. Okay. All right, coming up on 3 minutes to go. Oh. All right, coming up on a minute 45. Ooh, what? At 45 seconds. Okay. 30 seconds. I'm gonna go from high knee to high knee. Okay. Let's get it going. 12 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. To release rest. Try to take big breaths. For 25 seconds. Thirteen seconds. All right, this is round 3. 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Oh, 2 minutes. Coming up on 90 seconds. All right, 60 seconds. All right, 30 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Let's see, 3, 2, 1, rest. Big breaths, big breaths. 30 seconds. Coming up is round 4 of 5. All right, here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, getting tired. Oh. I just got lazy on flipping that kettlebell. Okay. There we go. All right, less than 3 minutes. I got 2 minutes and 49 seconds. All right, 90 seconds. Ooh. 50 seconds. Wow. Right. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, team, we're almost there. I will admit, the first round of this workout, after it, I was like, oh no, because I knew it's a little spicier than I was thinking. I think they all are. Yeah, you can make them how you need to make them. All right, 20 seconds. All right, this will be the last round. All right. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. 10, 8, 9, 10. That was fine. I always just kept going. All right, coming up on a minute 45. All right, final 60 seconds. Twenty seconds. Let's finish up this minute wherever you are. Keep moving all the way until it beeps. Five, 3, 2, 1. Time. Another admission. 2.5 minutes into the first 5-minute AMRAP, I was like, oh no, it's 30 minutes. So just so you know, coaches have the same thought, even with workouts they program for everybody and themselves. Oh man. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of stretching. If you're going to go and do the core, the stretching is a really nice kind of recovery and kind of way to bring the heart rate down and everything beating into the core. Or just go ahead and watch a couple of the stretches, and then You can hit those stretches after you finish up that core. Remember, position is key, so always keeping those front ribs engaged, keeping everything squeezing in tight for both the side plank on the forearm and in the hollow. Okay, all right, let's do a little bit of stretching. Whew. I'm tuckered out. Wow, that's good. Okay. So some of the things I was feeling throughout the workout is that even though we didn't do too much overhead in terms of like pressing, we do have a swing. We had to hold the kettlebell both in the squat and in the get up. And then the sprawl is another support. So we're going to tackle the traps and the shoulders just briefly, just kind of help everything stay loose and pain-free. So you can be on your shins or seated. Right hand wraps around the lower back. Shoulders away from the ears, and then drop that left ear down towards the left shoulder. Now with your chin in a neutral position, you'll feel a stretch along the top of the shoulder trap area and into the side of the neck. If you draw your chin down, that stretch will wrap around to the backside. If you lift your chin up, it'll wrap into the front. So angle your chin now in a way that gives you the best stretch that you can for the neck and upper shoulder area. And you can also play around with moving the chin in different directions. There's so many muscles in the neck and shoulders. Sometimes we just have to search for what's tight. All right, go ahead, bring your head back up to neutral, and then wrap the left arm around. Shoulder blades down your back, and then right ear, right shoulder. This one's tight. So start with that neutral chin just to get the top part of the trap and the neck, and then begin to play around. Draw the chin down or up. All right, go ahead and release that. We're going to come into a lunge. I know we've already done a bunch of lunging, but this lunging is going to be a little bit more relaxed. So in this position, you can go hands to the hips. Just let those hips just drop down towards the mat or the floor, wherever you've got. You can also, on this side, lift the left arm up and lift it up and over to the right a little bit, and then lift the chest up a little higher. You're just trying to elongate the whole front left side body. It's kind of like from like the abs out to the side. So there's this whole area that it all connects. We gotta open it all up. Oh, there, go ahead. Oh, and let's switch. All right. And let those hips. Ooh, it's tight. Come on down. Okay. And then we lift the right arm up, lift up and over to the left, and then a little bit back. Just trying to get really long. Just this entire right side. Let's go ahead and release that. And then we're going to come on our back. We're going to do a final twist. And you guys will be done for the day, unless you're going to hit that core piece. But let's do this final stretch just to make sure that our back feels good from all of the swings and squats. So left leg on the floor right here. Scoot the hips over to the right so that you can let the left knee fall to the other side. Extend your right arm out. Gravity is your friend here, so relax. Bring that right knee back through center. Switch. Right leg on the floor, left knee. And then you can scoot the hips to the left, knee over to the right. Bring yourself back to neutral. All right, everybody, you guys are all done. Whew. I am ready for I'm ready for my shake, for my protein shake. Yay. It's the reward. So take care of yourself tonight. Stretch, eat well, drink lots of water. Today's June 4th, or it's going to be called on there, foam rolling, stretching, and yoga breathing. The yoga class today, the first 30 minutes was foam rolling. So if you're into that and that's something that you think you need and your body is really kind of craving, 30 minutes, we go head to toe, and then we do a little bit of stretching after, and I will tell you that I felt really good after that. So if you need a little stress relief, that's a great practice for you for the day. I think that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you used any other movements than what you saw up here, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know kind of how you guys are modifying things and other movements that you may be using. And yeah, have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you guys on Sunday for yoga and cardio core again. It's a good one. Check it out. All right, see you.